Hey guys, it's a big deal. And today we return once again to Cumbres and Toltec on our way home from the celebration of 100 years of the K-36 in Durango, where the celebration continues as the Friends of the Cumbres and Toltec run a fall photographer special covering the entirety of the route between Chama, New Mexico and Antonito, Colorado. Today's star of the show is 487, with its iconic plow attached and many other details that help date its appearance to the 1950s, such as it carrying an indicator flag for its pilot-mounted flanger, its smoke box slathered in silver paint and adorned with a box to store classification flags when not in use, and even no cap on the stack. Of course, that last detail is there because of the conversion to oil power, to ensure greater operational ability in the face of a hotter and drier climate that is now becoming the new normal in the American West. Helping the train up the steep side of the pass on the rear today, we find Sister 488 pushing on the drawbar of the rearmost freight car, while reproduction cabooses 0306 and 05635 carry today's markers and passengers. At the summit, the former will be dropped out of the consist with the 488 to allow the passengers to access the stealth cars ahead. We start at the eastern end of the Chama yard, where 487 begins to accelerate its train towards the Rio Chama as it passes under the shadows of the iconic coal tipple and double-spouted water tank that guard the gates of Cumbres. Climbing up the grade, the 487 squeezes through the canyon of the Rio Chama in the Narrows, where even at these low elevations, the trees have dropped their fall colors in preparation for the coming winter. Lobato siding finds us still in the shadows of the mountains where the train rolls past the remnants of the water tank, made iconic in the 1989 blockbuster Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, starring River Phoenix and K-36's sister 484. Dalton Crossing finds the special hugging the grassy meadows of the hills above Highway 17 as it returns to the sunlight. Cresco is the first available water on the mountain after Chama, but with an empty train, there's little need to top off the cisterns, and so, the 487 pounds past the tank without skipping a beat. Having finally rounded the eroded volcanic pinnacles of Windy Point, 487 and train arrive at Cumbres, where the 487 will be the first to stop under the water spout across the rails from the iconic section house ahead. The 488 and its extra caboose have been cut out of the train, and the 488 leaps ahead of the 487 as it begins its slow roll towards the San Luis Valley. With the train complete and the air test finished, the 487 begins rolling down towards Tanglefoot Curve. Leaving Tanglefoot, the train rolls towards Apache Crossing in the Los Pinos Valley. East of Los Pinos, at the confluence of the Rio de los Pinos and Cumbres Creek, the train changes from a southerly direction to eastward as it rolls towards Cascade Creek, Osier, and the Toltec Gorge. We'll take the long way around, even going back to Chama, where we catch C-18, number 315, of the Durango Railroad Historical Society under steam for the first time in over a year, as work is completed to allow the ex-Florence and Cripple Creek consolidation to travel to the Denver area, where she will reside at the Colorado Railroad Museum to help K-37 491 with Polar Express trains, and allow her old F&CC stablemate, Rio Grande Southern 20, to return to Durango for the first time in 75 years for the winter. Later plans in 2026 will see both in Golden at the same time once 20 returns in the spring, resulting in 3 Florence and Cripple Creek steam locomotives being in the same place at the same time, for the first time since the end of the steam era. Back towards the drainage of the Los Pinos again, we find 488 leaving Sublette, light, heading towards Antonito and the stark beauty of the San Luis Valley. Meanwhile, behind us, the 487 rolls into the side drainage of the Rio de los Pinos near Sublette. After leaving Bighorn, we'll leave the 487 in the 1950s and return to the current day.
Hey guys, big deal here. Care for another video in these trying times? Well, check out one of these here. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, make sure you click subscribe. I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure you click like if you really like this video. And if you didn't, let me hear in the comments. We'll see you next time on the next one.